Salary trends and forecasts for 2011 is a particularly good story. Things are looking positive, and Michael Page have actually just released in June 2011 a salary and employment forecast detailing across key sectors where are the salaries going to head in the next 12 months. On average, the good news to report is people are forecasting salary increases of between 3 to 5%. In addition to this, however, there are key sectors such as mining and resources, sales and financial services that have risen amongst the others to show greater than 3 to 5% salary rises, so we should see that unfold.
There's a couple of steps that you need to take before you talk to your boss. The first thing to do is research your salary benchmarking level. Are you getting paid what the market is paying, or are you falling behind? To do this, you can look at salary surveys, so Google recruitment firms in your sector, see if they've got a salary survey up. You can also ask people that work in your sector. Now, of course, you can't ask somebody, what do you earn? But if you know someone's in a similar role, and preferably in another organisation, not yours, you can say, what do you reckon the range is for my role?
I think the most important part of a salary negotiation is actually entering into the process and asking the question about whether you can have a salary increase. There's a famous quote from Woody Allen about 80% of success just being turning up. I think as far as remuneration negotiations go, it's the same thing. 80% of success is actually asking the question and entering into the negotiation.
My biggest advice is to really approach this like any negotiation discussion. The first thing is be prepared. Make sure you've done your research as to what value have you added to the organisation. Have you had some particularly great achievements? Have you inherited something and taken it to the next level? Think about what you've been able to add to the organisation. The second thing is there is absolutely nothing wrong in terms of choosing the right time to have that discussion. And typically a performance review, your annual performance review meeting, is a great way to be able to do this. It's appropriate, it's sensible, and it's really on the agenda to be discussed.
It is possible to get a pay rise outside of the formal review process, but you need to have done something out of the box, such as get a promotion or be responsible for generating some amazing revenue results. But it's still important to follow a process and do your research.
You absolutely need to know what value you've delivered to the organisation and what it's worth.
So it's not just about going in and saying, I've behaved well and I've worked hard. You actually have to tie your achievements to what has happened in the company. So how you've helped them be successful. Maybe you've gotten a number of staff awards, you've put forward some really great ideas that were adopted and have had good business results.
The other thing that I'd say just be aware of in terms of how you ask for this is make sure you sit back and have a look at the context. Have a look at the macro environment. What's happening in the economy? In your sector, are pay rises being awarded, and roughly what are they? Do your investigation, speak to people you may know, and really get an understanding of that. And the second thing is look at the company performance of who you're working for. If they've had a particularly good year, they will probably want to share some of that with the employees, you being one of them. If they've perhaps gone through slightly more challenging periods, they may be asking their employees to share that with them and continue to really buy into the vision of where they're heading, and perhaps reward via bonus, then an increase on base salary.
Rehearse. Rehearse to the dog, rehearse to a friend, rehearse to the mirror. Hear yourself putting your case forward, staying calm, staying professional, don't get emotional. Look at the words that you're using. You need to use business type words, not fair or I want. It has to be a business case. And the reason for this is your manager has to justify your pay increase to their manager. So it's not good saying, oh, my manager knows what I do, why should I have to put a case forward? You have to put a case forward because you want a good pay rise.
How you react to any news about a salary review outcome has to be the same whether it be positive or whether it's negative, which is professionally and in line with the operating style that we like to put out in the workplace. If you get a great result, want to do a yoo-hoo, take it outside, do it in, off-site. If you're really disappointed, again, do that behind closed doors, not in front of your colleagues or your managers or your peers.